few trophies I have left of this game. Yeah, one of them is to play a playthrough for 8 hours, so I probably won't do that one. I'll probably just leave the game on for 8 hours when I'm close to the end. But yeah, let's start it up.
The faculty thinks I've gone loopy.
Loopy.
And it's like those montage. Dr. Dekker's murder. Dr. Dekker was a complex man. I spent.
And this might take me, it still take me a few playthroughs.
Because I'm stuck. I saw the conflict. He was like a kid in a sweet. Sometimes I didn't see the drive. I was fine for quite a while after the accident. Well, being. I've been shrunk for that. As far as Dr. Dekker was concerned, we had months. I watched that Bill Murray film, Groundhog Day. I don't know how, but my fiancée. We played World of Warcraft a lot. I'm not really fit for work. No, I can't move backwards any more than a day. I don't really.
Okay. And yes, I'm using a guide. And it's telling me which keywords to put in. Because there's how would you even know this? Now, I'll watch these. There's no way that...
Most of my days a blur. I'm not sure if it's the sleeping tablets I'm on or just how I've learned to switch off.
Okay.
I imagine what I'm experiencing now might be a type of hell. Not everyone burns in flames with the devil on their back. I'm hoping you can make sense of my problem. I'm on temazepam. Dr. Dekker prescribed them for me. He thought I would sleep through to a whole new day. I didn't. I used to be a builder, contractor. I had to quit. It's hard watching a house get built only to start all over again the next day. I needed something less obvious. To move forward, I really have to see something that feels like it can't be rewound, like a death or some other tragedy. It's not enough to hear it or read it. I've got to see it. I suppose from that point of view, it looks like I'm in control of things. I'm 57.
This sucks with the controller.
It's like those montages you get in movies. Time passes, you wake up, shave, if you feel like it, shower, get
Why is it
dressed.
in this?
What's the point? You get this day over and over. Nothing changes.
What? Did I mess up something? What? I messed something up. What did I spell that wasn't correct? Control your problem.
It's like those montages you get in movies. Time passes, you wake up, shave.
Okay.
I do suffer from depression, but it's not very surprising, is it? I used to get fatigue too, just overwhelming tiredness. I don't really get that anymore. I've just learned to accept that this is my life now.
Well, the thing says that he's green now, but he's not. It says, can you control your problem? Is that maybe not what it's supposed to be? Let's say power.
I don't have an answer to that question. As always.
Oh. Okay, well, alright, well, whatever, we're gonna just move on.
Well, that's why... I think you're supposed to tell me what's wrong with me. I work for myself. I make bracelets. Dr. Dekker could really... I do suffer from blackouts. That's what Dr. Dekker would... He eventually decided it... I want to stop I film myself doing... Dr. Dekker thought I... You can check my breathing. I'm not sure holding my breath. I normally... You think my dancing causes my blackouts? No, I know it's the last thing I remember. Will you do it for me? So, it's a date? I dance a lot at nightclubs. I don't drink.
Oh my god, there's so many things to ask her. What the fuck? Okay, alright. Do I have to put a question mark?
If that's what you want, I'll stop clubbing for a while. It's no biggie.
Okay. I don't have to worry about that.
I'm not seeing anyone at the moment, if that's what you're asking.
Wasn't, but okay.
Why can't a girl go to a club on her own? I like dancing. I don't have many real friends, I suppose, but that's what happens when you move about a lot. By blackout, I mean I don't really remember anything from the time I black out. I'm lucky to be alive, I guess. It's early days. The business isn't doing that great, but I really enjoy my job, if that helps. You can make a lot of money, or you can have a lot of fun, but you can't usually do both. get straight to it then. I'm not sure I feel comfortable speaking with you about that at the moment. Yes, the miracle cure that fixes all problems. You sound like a real doctor now. I love the beach. Until somebody tells me it's gonna kill me, I'll keep going.
Jesus,
Have you
there's
ever
still so
been
many more.
addicted to something, Doctor?
Oh no.
I've been a patient here for 3 months. Today is my patient birthday. Do I get a cake or something?
So am I just asking her questions beforehand? Because she's answered these before. So I'm not sure why it's... telling me to type these out.
I move around when I dance, and geographically speaking.
I wonder if this is just like a way to get around whatever that question is. Like it's gonna upset her or something. I don't know, because
That's okay. I wasn't really expecting one.
Yeah.
I'm a great swimmer. I won all these medals at school. I can hold my breath a really long time. Too long, really. The Pearl is great because the people are so relaxed. I think that's got a lot to do with the cheap vodka shots, or maybe it's just the black lighting. Who knows? I thought so when I first saw you. We should get on great. Like I said, I don't really know anyone around here. I think they think I'm a naturist or something. They picked me up 5 times in the last month. Dr. Dekker was fine. He had good relationships with his patients as far as I know. I'm not sure why anyone would want him dead.
God. More than halfway done. Oh, man.
I never find my clothes. I don't know why I'm naked.
How does that make you feel?
Like You're not listening. No, nothing like that. I usually wake up on my side like I've been sleeping. Sometimes I'm partially covered by seaweed. I guess people see me and call the police. But someone will take offense eventually, and I'll be charged with indecent exposure. When I wake up on the beach, I normally feel refreshed, which is weird, right? I'm not scared. Not yet. I just want to know what's going on. I hold my breath when I'm swimming underwater. Most people do. Sometimes, if I'm really excited, I'll hold my breath accidentally, just for a few seconds. I don't know why. When I wake up, my hair is dry, but it's pretty hot at the moment.
Yeah, I already know that one. Alright, finally, last one.
Sometimes I go swimming in the sea. I don't always black out. Cool. I dance to anything with a beat.
Elin. I started seeing... It can be sad. Terry's one of the other nurses at the home. I work in a nursing home. For the... It's not the job that's stressful. I'm not really... The usual things. Making sure... I've known a lot of doctors over the years. Most of them. I don't like it when patients are heavily... Death is frightening, isn't it? They call me... I wouldn't. He was a bit... I'm a qualified herb. 3 last month. She's one of the... I think it's terrible what happened. I'd been seeing him for about 9 months,
God.
I think.
Ugh. There's so many for her too. God. Oh God, this playthrough's gonna take fucking ages. I thought I was gonna be able to be out of this. I'm doing this one to get the questions. You have to ask so many questions. Or whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing. I found a walkthrough. I'm gonna go through the walkthrough. And yeah, we'll see. Maybe if this takes so long, at the end I'll just leave it on and get the 8-hour trophy.
No, I don't like it. I feel lucky to share that moment with them. To be there with them when it happens. You know what I mean?
It's only annoying because I have to do it on the controller.
I started seeing Dr. Dekker a few months ago. I thought it would be nice to have someone I could talk to about work.
Okay.
Yes, I love my job. I love my patients. Even the really crotchety ones, you know? Oh God, you should hear what comes out of their mouths. They're like my children in a way. That sounds weird, doesn't it? haven't really thought about it. My patients listen to me, but then I suppose they haven't got much choice. They're old. People die when they're old. I mean, medically speaking, it's heart failure, or organ failure, or pneumonia. They're all natural causes, though. Apparently it's a Welsh name. I'm not Welsh. My mum's into all that New Age stuff, and I think she thought it would make me seem more interesting. No, death doesn't scare me. It's probably because I've been around it so much, but I haven't seen anything that's made me feel like it's something to fear. I don't think death is an end. I think it's a doorway to another place. I'm just not sure where. Where do you think we go when we die, Doctor? When someone says afterlife, it just makes me think of wispy figures floating around in a white haze, like you get in those New Age posters. I don't really go for all that. I don't really know what that is. Something to do with Vikings, isn't it? Oh, well, there you go. You learn something new every day. I don't have any kids. Maybe I will one day, I don't know. At the moment, all my energy is focused on taking care of my patients. Maybe. Maybe we go somewhere completely beyond what we can imagine. We're only humans after all. We can't possibly comprehend what's really out there. Hell isn't real. Whoever came up with that idea has a lot to answer for.
Okay.
I thought I was stuck in purgatory once, but then I realised I was just watching a really, really bad film. Sorry, I'm terrible at jokes. I don't believe in God, so I can't really claim to believe in heaven.
At least this one's a short one.
New Age, like auras and healing energy, crystals and all that. It's not really my thing. I've never really got the idea of reincarnation. I mean, are you still you? Do you know you're still you? And if not, how does that even work? Traditional medicine makes patients worse sometimes, don't you think? You must see it all the time, Doctor. You take one pill, then have to take 5 other pills to deal with the side effects. Herbs are kinder. Obviously, you have to be careful, just like with everything. Giving the wrong combination can be deadly. Fortunately, I know what I'm doing. I love animals, especially cats. I think everyone is either a cat person or a dog person. What are you, Doctor?
I mean, I'm actually a cat person, but the next one wants me to say I'm a dog person.
Dr. Dekker was a dog person. Maybe it's a therapist thing. Well, that's
Alright,
sweet.
that's the last one.
I don't believe it.
Okay. It says she's supposed to be green, but there's that one that it was a flashback. I don't really care. There's so many of them. Oh god, I hope I don't have to do this with every single frickin' chapter. I gotta do it with every single person though. God. Hey, let's go.
My name is Claire. Being rich has its the most shocking thing about well, illusions. I'm obsessed with my husband because he is here. Lucky to be alive. My husband is not a well. His health, if you can call it that. Since David has trouble looking. To be fair, there was only there was a brief moment of David staying at the lake house. I tried to hurt David once. I never used to get angry. Let's save that for... Keep up, Doctor. The police seem to think I'm dangerous. I assume they think I'm... I suppose after what I did... You have a lot of faith in your... Dr. Dekker just had...
Alright. Here we go. Again. Shit ton of typed questions.
David doesn't work, no. He's not very communicative anymore, so a job is out of the question. That sounds like a question I shouldn't answer without a lawyer present. He abhors technology. Mainly he hunts things and then creates huge, unwielding fires that I'm sure will be the death of him and the lake house at some point. I didn't really know Dr. Dekker that well. I never met him outside of our sessions, and we spent those discussing my therapy, not making small talk.
fun word. Because of just
I don't know who killed
how
Dr.
close all
Dekker,
those letters were
but I
at.
imagine that in his line of work he met a lot of unstable people. Perhaps he pushed someone too far. David's not ready for company. I hope to take you to see him one day and you'll see for yourself. Iris was David's assistant optician. Not anymore. No, not like that. I didn't kill her or anything. It's just that I changed the optician into a florist after David died. Optometry was his dream, not mine. Who's to say who is sane or insane? We all see the world differently, don't we? We've been married for 7 years, but we don't have any children. Thank God. David wanted children, but I didn't. I don't think we would have made very good parents. There's no mystery to it. Some people are just not cut out to be parents. I don't think I can see either of us wiping sticky fingers or mending grazed knees. I've been seeing him for about 3 months. a predicament, Doctor. I'll get to that. I should have divorced him. I wish I had. So much could have been avoided. I need you to believe me. That's why I'm paying for these sessions. Everyone else thinks I'm crazy and dangerous. Everyone else thinks I've lost my mind. They think I'm seeing things, making things up. I don't want to talk about it. I don't work. I don't need to. Everything's paid for 100 times over. Our altercation, the downfall since. Divorce is such an imperfect means of separating two people, don't you think? I suppose I don't really mean it. I thought he was my soulmate and that I would do anything for him. That's a weakness that has caused me problems. This is exhausting, Doctor. I'm not used to spitting everything out in one session. Yes, Dr. Dekker did think I was delusional when he first met me. He changed his mind after getting to know me better, as I hope he will too. I'm an only child and my parents are both dead. Naturally, I inherited everything. It was an accident,
All right, last one.
but I don't feel like talking about it at the moment.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay, Bryce doesn't have. All right.
I'm Bryce Hemmings. How well did you really know him? I didn't really like Dr. Dekker. Dr. Dekker would say one thing and do another. Originally, I was suffering with... You'd think being a... I'm a grave... At mid... It's a bizarre thing to know you have an extra hour. In the extra hour, I thought it would be too early to make a diagnosis. Henley Church, where I work, is located on... I stumbled across... Henley Church is relative... I'm not sure I... Then we agree. Yes, Dr. Dekker. I like chess. I do like to be in control. If you like being in control, you'll have a tough... He couldn't... I'm pro-cremation. Not just because I don't have to dig a grave. They still need a hole for the interment of ashes. It's more dignified, like you're becoming one with the universe again. Rotting in a wooden box. Even if you turn completely into atoms, how would you escape? Even bits of the universe get lonely, I'd imagine.
Aw.
Apparently, I've gone a little mad. For me, I have 25-hour days. not sure God would have given a man an extra hour a day. Not just a single man. My extra hour is a gift, but sometimes it's a curse. In the hour, people are pliable. They don't move. But I can move them. As soon as my hour is up, they start moving again, as if nothing has changed at all. Allegedly, Henley Church is located on an old Norman Motte and Bailey castle. I say allegedly because a relic was found and dated around that century, but the archaeologists haven't found any further proof as yet. He wasn't a good man. I don't know how he could live with himself. Perhaps he couldn't. I know you're asking questions to try and get a bearing, but I'd rather not talk about that now. Let's just enjoy the getting to know you phase before the ugliness kicks in. I sound like I'm complaining, don't I? I'll stop now. don't know.
I did say that right, didn't I? Question mark.
No, sorry.
Okay.
I do a lot of work in my extra hour. I move people into graves. Doctor, pace yourself, please. This is my session. I'm paying. We're all alone to some extent, don't you think? I don't have any friends, so I suppose that makes me lonely. In the midnight hour, though, I have as many friends as I like. Do you have a favorite celebrity, Doctor? In the hour, I could take a picture of myself with them, like we're the best of friends.
Okay.
I've taken a lot of pictures. I have great shots of all the tourist sites. It's amazing what exposure you can use when moving cars are literally frozen still. Must be the sharp focus.
Alright, finally. Done with the day.
Oh, Doctor, glad I caught you. I'm not sure Ben will be coming in for... Sorry, didn't you know? I wouldn't say we were... Yes, Ben found Dr. Dekker's... Yes, you know. The police wanted to know what I was doing Valentine. I think the police want... Oh, well, I wasn't I don't know exactly, but I wasn't really in his social circle. Susan. I didn't see it myself. All I know is the... He was... I'm just surmising. If... I don't know what Dr. Dekker was doing here, and my services weren't required that evening. He'd often stay late though, so it wasn't that unusual.
I'm having a loop day. It's a do-over day? You won't. You didn't know that yet? No. No, we played that game together, but we didn't meet in it. Well done. I suppose it's funny for you. You won't remember. I'm having a loop day. It's a do. Yeah. Dr. Dekker. You're cool. I don't think this is getting us anywhere though. I'm having a loop day. It's a... Well done. Yeah. I never mentioned a pill this... Something... It's a...
Midnight each day.
On Valentine's night,
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10.
Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep.
I'm a grave digger, Doctor.
I was at home,
David is my husband.
all on my lonesome.
Stabbed him with a steak knife.
Nothing changes.
I'm a qualified angel of death.
When I'm dancing.
Alright, I'm gonna take a quick little smoke break.
Hello again, Doctor. I've kept all... If you like spring... I was at Henley Church. Dr. Dekker felt that Hannah was holding me back. The memory... We walk along... Yes, Dr. Dekker. I left Henley Church about 11... I'm not ready. I've been trying to think... Far to the rocking chair. I've been alone since Hannah. I can't imagine... Thanks, Doctor. I appreciate that. It was... She's dead. Thanks for bringing that up. I like winter. It's a sea creature, like an octopus. She was interested. She was interested. Dr. Dekker felt that Hannah was holding me back. The memory...
Okay, well.
Hannah was forever giving to charity. Her things, her time, our money. I actually suggested a charity that Dr. Dekker mentioned called Mind Stretch Outreach. I think fire is very primal in terms of energy. Maybe if I burn something, my days will keep rolling. Although I'm not sure you're supposed to encourage arson in these sessions, Doctor. Hannah never met Dr. Dekker. She did donate to his charity once, though.
Oh my god, this...
stopped breathing. I don't know. I was 6. Something to do with her lungs. Mindstretch Outreach arranges programs for gifted children. It's for poor, clever kids who can't afford private education. It's not much of a charity, I guess, but it certainly ends up with a lot of clever people who are thankful to the people running it. Which, in this case, is Dr. Dekker. I think Dr. Dekker set up Mindstretch Outreach so that he could influence the minds of children at an early age, getting them to believe they could be anything they wanted to be. Since his death, it's been disbanded. No more minions of Dr. Dekker. Just felt like he was growing this child army of intelligentsia. I meant I wasn't in the mood to talk to Dr. Dekker.
I haven't been back to the beach since our... I didn't do any... We went out for drinks. I know, it's... I haven't been... Lots of people find me... You do something a lot. Dr. Dekker dated... I have a recurring dream where...
Sorry to cut in, Doctor. I've just had a phone call from a solicitor.
I think her... Yeah, drinks. I think... Wouldn't you like to know? I guess it was a couple of days. I've danced around in my living room, but no. People are. I'm not seeing anyone at the moment. It sounded like. Some girls say that. I'm insecure, Doctor. You know, like a breach of ethics or something. The girl doesn't ask for details. Dr. Dekker did date his patients. Not me, I'd never agree. A drink is not a date. It's scarlet with 2 T's. Pretentious. We only went out for drinks that one time. A hope for a cure, of course. For a lot of our sessions, he would be pretty impartial. A passive listener. But towards the end, he liked interfering. Like, he wanted to push me over the edge. I'm not sure how this therapy thing works, but if you're talking to a guy who wants to jump off a cliff, don't tell him to jump.
True, very true.
It's just an example. I'm not a guy. I don't want to jump off a cliff. Just felt like I had some kind of special power. And part of me wanted to use it. And he urged me to do that. I don't want to say any more about it, not now. I'm a shape-shifting vampire werewolf. I said I didn't want to talk about it. What is it you're thinking about when you're not listening to me? I want to stop having blackouts. I want to be able to remember. I want you to fix me. Doctor, I don't think our relationship has got to that point yet. Yeah, you've a button undone. It's a bit chilly in here. The leather's not warm either.
Nothing, of course. The faculty thinks I've gone loopy, like...
Yes, I had a session. I haven't had a great day, to be honest. It was, I think it was about Hilda's the this. Help her finish her unfinished business. I have a few other things. Hilda wants to see her daughter. Strictly speaking, Thank you, Doctor. Of course it was Terry, though. His name is Max. I can sense it, you know? Healthcare. I've known Max, Dr. Dekker seemed fine on Valentine's Day.
Oh my goodness.
He seemed to be in a good mood. It didn't seem like anything was bothering him. I don't know how it works. I just know that it does. I didn't lie. I'm really not interested in dating anyone. I just went out with Max as a favour, for a friend. Like I said, it wasn't anything serious. No. I didn't go on a date with Dr. Dekker. He's my therapist. I would just be wrong. We talked about families, I think. Our mums. I probably spent far too much time talking to Dr. Dekker about my mum. Dr. Dekker almost certainly had unfinished business. He didn't know he was going to die. But it's too late now. That's why I have to help Hilda while I can. My mum's a nightmare. I said she was into all this new age stuff, right? So she thinks she can tell me what I should be doing all the time because she got a message from her spirit guide that said I'm not eating well, or I'm not getting enough sleep, or I'm not looking after my inner moonbeam or whatever. It drives me nuts. But she's my mum. I love her, so I have to take it. No, it doesn't hurt at all. I don't think it's a physical thing. I don't think my body actually changes. I think it's more like an illusion. Like my energy changes or something. Alice was one of my favourites. She never held back, spoke her mind about everything. But she had a wicked sense of humour. It just sort of fades when I let go of their hand. Obviously, I can't see myself, but I feel it leave me, if you get what I mean. I don't think I'm deceiving my patients when I shift. I'm helping them. Sounds like Dekker and his mum had a few issues. That's what I liked about Dr. Dekker. It wasn't just him asking me questions and analysing me. He talked about himself as well. I'm not sure I should talk about that. Aren't I breaking some reverse patient-therapist confidentiality? It only lasts for as long as I'm holding the hand. I think it needs that connection. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think I have any loose ends. I don't know what that says about me. I've shifted a few times now. I honestly couldn't tell you how many. It was the one thing she held on to right until the end. Her most treasured possession. She said she wanted me to have it. You don't argue with a dying person's last wishes. Mainly he talked about being a therapist. Said he had a few patients like me, you know, with special gifts. He said not all of them were as enlightened as me. You know, I know what I can do is special. I see it as a good thing. But apparently some of his other patients saw their abilities as a curse. Dr. Dekker hated that. He said he wished they could all be more like me. Happy. You have a very positive energy.
It's the anniversary of my parents' death. The day Dr. Dekker was killed, I had a session. Dr. Dekker made me an offer that I couldn't. I stood for a while, looking across. They died of carbon monoxide. I don't know why I talked to her. David had been hunting again, and good. It felt nice. I felt like I was being nice. I felt human. So I can find her and talk to her again, Doctor. Then I will. I'll look for her next time I'm there. Animal skins. David hunts, then... David wasn't there. Or at least I didn't. Valentine's Day night, I was at the lake house, watching David. He has trouble with his mental faculties and is getting worse. Matt isn't the right word. David has always been low. I don't know. I don't know. Minnows, probably. It was 12 years ago. I don't move. I've known David forever. It seems like he's always been in my life, one way or another. He was a family friend. It's different now, of course, to when I first met him. I felt like he was protecting me then, watching over me. Nothing could hurt me when he was there. Do you think I killed my parents? I was a young woman in possession of an enormous fortune. Lots of people, lots of men, saw that as an opportunity. Dr. Dekker was more animated that day, excited even. He talked a lot. She lives on the other side of the lake. She must be new. I haven't seen her there before. It's okay if you think I killed them. You wouldn't be the first to draw that conclusion. People can be so cynical. I'm used to it. not sure. It was a faulty boiler, I think. I'm sure I had a spare key for the lake house, but I can't find it anywhere. I don't really need one if David is around. Yes, I loved my parents very much. They were very good parents. It was hard letting them go. I don't remember my friend's name. She was a girl from my school. Vicky, Charlotte. It's not really important. Some tried to seduce me. Some thought I wanted a new daddy. Most of them were the same age as my parents. And yet I'm the one here talking to you. Yes, money. Everybody wants it. But what use is it really? Look at me. Am I happy? Am I loved? Am I living? Instead of his usual
Alright, last
sarcasm
one for
and
her.
rebuttals, he seemed genuinely excited. Presumably he had a date.
Okay. What's this price?
There's something I want to tell you. I was home alone. Possibly a relative of you. I dug the grave. When I first got the hour, I was shocked. Well, that makes me feel a little better. No, the coffin wasn't empty. I'm guessing he was buried. Ha! That was just an example, Doctor. Yes, I would steal too. That's a good choice, Doctor. Less. I took photos. I did think, what good could... I know. It's that bloody Dr. Dekker. He made me this way. It's all his fault. Like I said, I originally presented with depression, and everything was going... He was easily distracted during... He told me... Yes. Because you have to hope. Yes, I suppose I've... That wretched dig goes on 24/7. 25/7, if you ask. I visited Dr. Dekker once a week on Tuesdays. It's my day off because I have to work half days at the weekends. Thinking I had an extra hour at the end of each day did become real for me, Doctor. Maybe Dekker was a genie, and he could grant wishes. Maybe he wished himself dead. I don't know. Therapists are supposed to help you. For whatever reason, Dr. Dekker had given up the desire to cure my mind, and instead wanted to make me more unstable. From stealing milk, I moved on to petrol. From petrol, well, all those supermarkets have all kinds of electricals, so I've stolen quite a lot of that. I'm not proud, I think I've been doing it because I can. To prove to myself, either way, my extra hour is actually real. I live on my own. Occasionally I visit my father. He's in sheltered housing. Dementia. Moving things around and hiding things was amusing at first, when everyone was frozen. Some people would faint when things appeared from mid-air. Others would cry. Others just thought that it was there all the time and that their mind was playing tricks on them. It got boring fast, though. When you work in a graveyard, you see a lot of strange things. I'm not sure if they're real, or whether I think they're real, or which is worse. You're laughing at me, aren't you? I said I wasn't sure if they were real. I'm a bit of a professional at this grave-filling business, Doctor. I know a decoy coffin when I handle one. I don't think you would, Doctor. I don't think I would either. took a picture after undressing her. I put her clothes back on before time resumed. To be honest, there wasn't much to take off and put on. Do you know what kind of girls walk around at midnight, Doctor?
Right.
I can't delete them. I don't know why. I haven't shown them to anyone else. Do you want to see them, Doctor? No, of course you don't. It's just me. I'm the sick one.
That you are.
So, should I get a solicitor, or shall we try and talk it out with him? I think we should get a solicitor. I know the perfect firm. I'll do it all. Don't worry about it. And that's why we've got insurance for these kinds of things anyway. But the cheek of it. On Valentine's Day, Dr. Dekker had a session with Claire Castleford at 11 and that nurse, Elin, at 3. Everyone else cancelled. You should see this place Christmas Eve. I was at home though, so I don't actually know who came in. Dr. Dekker did phone and ask me for Nathan's number, which is a bit strange. Hey you, thanks for helping me with this grief thing. I'm not sure I have it though. I don't really know where to start. I feel a bit numb. Maybe we should just talk about him. It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but did. What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say. You can ask me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think. Oh, I just want to cuddle Nathan all up. He's such a mess. He's always in the same clothes. You know, he barely talks to me though. It's the same hello every time. He reminds me of Tom. Claire seems to be shaken by something. You know, I offer her drinks every time she comes in, but she always refuses them. It's as if she just wants to come in, get her session over with, and then run off to do something else. It's a bit rude, isn't it? We'd work late together on all sorts of things. He was preoccupied with finding patterns in patients, trying to find some kind of order. Tom was a quiet mess, like Nathan. Youngish, in his early 20s. He taught piano, but he did have a strange hobby. Elin seems like a lovely person. I'm not really sure why she's here.
I think Bryce has a lot of misdirected anger. I don't think I like him that much. You know, sometimes when things overrun, he's outside waiting for you, and he stares at me as if he's undressing me with his eyes. You know, he's not the first person that's done that, but still, you know, it feels worse coming from him. Tom liked to base jump. That's basically falling from a huge building or mountain and pulling your parachute before you hit the ground. He started to think he could fly. Dr. Dekker tried to talk him out of it, but Tom had to prove his point. So one day, Tom decided to base jump without a parachute. Can you guess what happened? He did die. He was hit by a rock from further up the mountain. He never got to fly. Nathan thinks he knows what his problem is too, but if he's not careful, he'll get hit by that rock. I wish I'd said goodbye. Mariana is a special girl. You know, there's something about her that just makes you want to follow her. Maybe that's what a trendsetter looks like. Mainly he was searching for a common experience the patients might have had. That's what led them to his office. He'd study everything, even the referral letters. I wish I'd said goodbye to Dr. Dekker. It was so sudden. Here, then gone. He resigned anyway, but that's not the same, is it? Yes, letters, parking tickets, holiday destinations. You know, I find those referral letters, he was sure there was a pattern in them. Dr. Dekker resigned shortly before his murder. No, it's sad, but doctors come and go and only poor Jaya remains. I've got his resignation letter somewhere. You know, I do all the hiring and firing around here. Well, Professor Alderby and the Trust technically do that. Hadn't even been a year. He was a... Hadn't even been a year.
Okay.
Professor Alderby is a trustee. Did I not mention that? So you watched the tapes. Ah, gold star for you. It smashed. Most of the patients are suspects, according to the police. Almost all the patients are referred, and some of them are privates, but Dr. Dekker didn't introduce any of them. She was cuddling him like he was 6. He's 25. One step ahead of you, boss. Elin was picked up from the pier just after 11 p.m. There is no way she could have got from there to here in an hour.
What up, Ollie? How you doing? She said boss? Oh, yeah. So how you been, man? I'm live streaming this. I'm gonna edit a bunch of this down and start making YouTube videos of this one anyway. Not this part though. This part's been kind of boring. This is just more of a trophy check. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. You got a bunch of different people who are crazy, and really depends on your choices, I guess, what happens. Because either you believe them or you don't, and it actually dictates. And at the end of everything, the killer's a different person, so you'll never know.
Oh, don't be such a... It's just between us two.
How did you come to know that?
Nobody likes chaos, Doctor. We're supposed to be restoring order, don't you think?
Yeah, they're all British. Actually, one of them isn't British, and it's actually funny because they mention how she has an accent.
Interesting that you asked me that.
Oh shit!
It's not something I can.
Oop! Hit the wrong button. Whoops, daisy. But yeah, it's this lady. Yeah, she's American, and they say she has an accent. It's kind of funny.
I think I'm going to get into trouble now. Have you ever heard of secret shoppers? Well, Professor Alderby posed as a patient to test Dr. Dekker. It's just a thing that he does.
Oh, I had to look it up.
Stage, so please play along.
There's no way that some of the questions are very much like, oh, okay, they brought up something, you can ask about it, but a lot of them are just like random questions. And there's very much no way of me ever being able to ever figure it out. And honestly, it's kind of lame. But I'm almost done with, It does work out the thumb muscle. But how you been, Bowley?
Everyone has to believe in something, don't they, Doctor?
Okay, let's see. All that time typing that in. Thanks for that. Yeah, is it a mixed bag? Is it because they made you manager at Sally's?
This practice is owned by a trust. They make all the money and leave me to make all the decisions, which generally means making lots of money. I headhunted Dr. Dekker. And you?
Yeah, I bet. But yeah, no, I just couldn't do it no more. But I am doing pretty good now. Once I get done with this fucking typing, I'll probably be done.
Gently guide. Professor
I'll be a
Alderby
lot
had
better.
a lot of good advice to offer the young psychiatrists. He really helps them focus on where the problems are.
Oh.
I've recruited the
No,
last
I don't
5
know.
doctors since
Maybe.
I've been here. Now I've got a flair for recognising the extraordinary. Both you
Might throw my own
and Dr.
Christmas party.
Dekker were extraordinary.
Are they actually going to do a Christmas party? Has anyone even asked them or talked to them about that? Oh shit. Well, good. I'm glad you guys are getting a Christmas party. I see. Yeah, I guess that's a way to do it. Well, yeah.
Both Cambridge graduates, both top of the class, both pliable, obedient slaves to my every whim. Yeah, that last one's more of a hope than a must-have attribute.
Okay, alright, that was the last one for her about fucking time. But no, I don't plan on crashing it anytime soon. Or going there. You know, Pat came to my house and knocked on my door and told me how I made a huge mistake. But I just told him I needed I told him I needed a reset. And he was like, you should go back. You get paid this, like, so much money. And yeah, I didn't get too deep into it with him, because I just kind of want him to leave, because he woke me up banging on my door. And yeah, so I told him, I need to reset. That I would think about coming back, but I was done with the restaurant business or whatever. Yeah.
I'm Jasmine. I don't come in that often. What happened to Dr. Dekker?
Oh, whoops, Daisy. But yeah, no, man, I'm still chilling. There's a few places. Oh, man, I signed up for this seminar. What? Don't tell them what? Laugh my ass off? Oh, yeah. It's definitely been a bit of
I have to work all day at Providence.
change. But it's also probably a change because a lot of the main people have left, so. But I don't know.
When you see a painting...
But I did hear that, because I talked to
stands
AJ
still.
a little bit, and some
when
of
I
the...
see one, it's moving.
He was telling me how they moved the tablet away from the oven side and all these things. All these things I had issues with, but they wouldn't do anything about it. And then, well, I left, and then someone else had to deal about it, and so it looks like they are changing a lot of the things I was having issues with, because now they have to deal with it. But anyways, I am,
They watch me,
playing this.
normally disapprovingly.
I've got like 10 hours of footage, and I'm just trying to finish up this trophy. Well, there's a few trophies, but this is the big one, where you have to ask, like, I think it's like 500 questions during this whole game. And it's a bit of well, the only thing that's hard about it is the fact that I have to keep typing in half the questions.
When I want them to, normally. When I want to really get inside what's going on. But some paintings...
I do not have a PS4 keyboard. It is all controller. And it is not good whatsoever, man.
Oh. When? How? Sorry, you probably don't know, do you?
So, because I did most of it, and I committed, and then when I was like, wow, I didn't ask all the questions, I looked up a guide for it and realized I had to type a lot of them in, which is supposed to be this, like, cool, like, little detail in this game, but I'm not enjoying. It's cool if you have a computer and you're playing it on the computer, but...
Ouch. I didn't really know it that well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what I was doing on Valentine's Day now.
And I started this specific game at on this stream, so the 2 hours and 54 minutes is how long I've been playing this one game. I've been able to beat this game in like an hour.
Because they don't think I know how to appreciate art. Because I'm too young. Yes, of course. Otherwise I wouldn't be working in an art gallery. I love art. I love paintings. Like I said, they move for me.
It is. It's you're trying to find who killed the last psychiatrist over your patients, from your patients, and it does randomly change who the killer is.
I've been working on portraits.
But
outside work.
It doesn't.
But my paintings.
Well, you do have certain choices to make. That does change some things.
Dorian. You know, after Dorian.
Because at the end, every character has like an ending, and if you've been an asshole to them and they turn out to not be the killer, their life's like ruined.
I wanted to try and capture someone aging, so I divided the face into thirds and painted a boy, his father, and his grandfather in each third. It was hideous. And it started talking to me. That I'm ugly, that I have no talent, nothing will become of me. Is that true, Doctor?
No, it's not true. You're like, here, yeah, I could be like, yeah, it's true, you ugly, and then she'll be all upset at me, and then you know, she won't talk to me no more, and then I ruin my chances of getting the fucking speech bubble thing.
I hear it so many times with that wretched painting. It's in my head. But thank you.
What do you mean every playthrough? Oh yeah, every playthrough it's randomly different. So let's see, this is my 4th time or 5th time playing this. And it hasn't been the same person twice. And there's 6 people you can choose from, so. Yeah, there's only 2 people who haven't done it yet. And, yeah.
He was shy. And then less so. When I told him about my problem, he told me to set fire to it. Yeah, he could have been more specific. I tried to set fire to Providence. At that time, I thought the only way to fix my problem was to set fire to the entire art gallery. Several paintings didn't make it. Luckily, my boss didn't press charges. The police did arrest me, though. My boss, Petra, she's just lovely like that. Providence has gone through some tough times, and I've only been there a year. She invested her life savings, and it's still not making any money. Such a sweet lady. You'd do anything for her. Dr. Dekker told me to burn it. There's nothing to do with Petra. No. Why are you saying that? I don't even know if Petra has insurance. I already ripped up the painting. It screamed as I cut it. And now whenever I close my eyes, I can see it, hear it. I need the tablets, Doctor. I need them.
Yeah, he was the one
The temazepam?
that was murdered. And you come to find out that, like, all the patients are crazy, and he's telling them to, like, oh yeah, do all those things that you believe you can do.
Dr. Dekker gave them to me.
And he kind of went crazy himself.
I know paintings can't talk. What's wrong with me, Doctor? Why do I do this? Thank you, Doctor. I'll think about that. And the prescription, please?
But yeah, depending on what you decide, the endings do change. Sometimes it's like all the psychic abilities and things everyone's able to do is real if the whole time you've believed it's real. But if you spent the whole game denying it, it turns out like he kind of just went crazy. So
I'm Lacey Hendricks. So you don't know about me then? I was at Henley Church. They had a service that ran right up till midnight. For us less fortunates without a love in their life. Well, now. Do you have someone, Doctor? Do you have a love in your life? Where to start? My next door neighbour in Jobson Hill, where I live, she was murdered. 80, and they diversion burgled her. But she was wise to it and started calling the police. They slit her throat with a bread knife.
She's fucking creepy, yeah.
So I started a neighbourhood watch.
No, I'll, that's what, Mariana, I don't think I have anything yet to talk to her about. She'll show up here for a second. But she's the redhead that's like American. She's super hot. But she's like, her whole deal is she's like a siren.
Garden club.
Or she gets guys to follow her to the beach.
It's a lovely
and she
way to
murders
meet
them.
people.
Or, if you believe her, she swims their bodies to Cthulhu under the ocean and feeds him till he has enough strength to
It was me and Agnes.
destroy the world.
Everyone else thought we were overreacting. They want their throats cut, that's up to them, living in their bubbles. But Agnes... Poor Agnes. She went missing, and still is. And that's what people think. But it's not the truth. It killed them. It looks normal enough. A smartly dressed, door-to-door saleswoman. I know because I heard my other neighbours shout at her. No Jehovah's! They think anyone knocking is a Jehovah. But she said she was selling double glazing. I don't know, I didn't answer the door. Best not to nowadays. But I watched her go to Agnes's. Poor Agnes. She let her right into her house. I could only see the silhouette. It turned from a person into a, well, it looked like, I guess you'd call it a Medusa. Snakes for her face. And Agnes just fell to the floor. A few minutes later, the woman left, smiling like the cat that got the cream. That was the end of Agnes. I saw it with my own eyes. What more proof do I need? You're starting to sound like Dr. Dekker. He didn't believe me either. I didn't have much luck with him, like I said. He didn't believe me. He thought I was having a hallucination caused by the stress of my neighbour being so brutally murdered. Where is Agnes, though? I haven't found her, have they? Have they? They haven't found her because that thing ate her. Or made her disappear or something. Her useless husband managed to survive unscathed, though. Don't know much about him, other than the fact that he looks at me like I'm 6 foot under every time we meet. He doesn't seem too bothered she's gone missing either. He did at first, when the police were crawling around. But now they've gone, that's stopped. If I hadn't seen that thing eat her, I'd... No. He's a weaselly little man who spends far too much time in his garden. It's probably like the National Trust back there. The constant digging and building, pruning and sawing. What a thing to say! Why would you say that? I kept watching the front door after that saleswoman had left and nothing. She didn't leave, and you can't get out the back since the council sold the garage block. Ron's a gardener, not a killer. Unless... Agnes said Ron was laying the foundations for a new greenhouse. You don't think... I need to call the police. I need to call them now. But they won't listen to me. I tried to tell them about the monster, but they didn't believe me. They won't believe me about this, I promise you. Please, could you call them, Doctor? I'll get someone else to do it. I suppose I shouldn't really expect any help from you. Dr. Dekker used to call me the leech lady. He said that I leech thoughts from people, suck 'em right out of their heads. And I can put thoughts in there too. I'm not that clever though, am I, Doctor? I mean, it's not as if I was having an affair with Ron and Agnes was in the way and needed to disappear. So I made this story up. I mean, what do you think I do for a living anyway? Doctor, you're so good. We're going to get on just fine.
Indeed.
David hunts,
I can change my skin.
then skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot date
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica.
Dr. Dekker did phone
on Valentine's Day.
And asked me for Nathan's number.
There was a girl there.
Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I?
He was preoccupied with finding
Photographs,
patterns.
rocking chair.
I haven't been back to the beach since
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident.
where I find something
I set fire
beautiful in the sea.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden.
I dug the grave.
I wish I'd said goodbye.
Dr. Dekker cursed me.
It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it.
Oh, Doctor, you surprised me. Reminds me of Officer Yates. Did I ever mention I had a special friend in the police force? Nah, it's not something you drop politely into a conversation. He's been doing some digging and he's found a couple things. There's a crime scene report that goes into all the gory details and another report that's about a patient you're seeing today, Claire. I'll put them both on the desk for you. And thanks for the grief counselling, by the way. It's really been helping, you know, I'm so glad you're here.
A paper spike is an odd thing to use as a weapon. I suppose if it went directly into the heart, it might work. Or through his eye, or perhaps through the ear into his brain. Or was it just a frenzied, bloody mess of a murder? Do you know, Doctor? It makes for interesting reading, doesn't it? I could tell you're dying to ask me about it. Fire away. That's what it says. I can see you're confused. The police say that David is dead, fatally wounded when I stabbed him. The coroner says that David is dead. Everyone says that David is dead. There was even a funeral. But I know he's alive. I've been to the lake house regularly, keeping an eye on David. I saw the girl again, the one I told you about. She was playing outside. He's buried at Henley Church. You can go see for yourself. There's even a headstone. One of your other patients was a pallbearer. I never forget her face. You should ask him. Bryce was a pallbearer for David. He's also a grave digger, I believe. Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult, unless you pay the right people. David wanted to have a talk about our relationship. Not something any married person wants to hear. He said he'd been with Iris for about a year and that he loved her. He said he didn't love me anymore. Which I know is a lie. You don't just fall out of love with somebody. I reacted badly. I grabbed the nearest weapon I could find, which happened to be the steak knife, and stabbed him with it. There was so much blood. I instantly regretted it. So I fixed him. It was about a week later. I brought David back to life. Not with voodoo, not with virginal sacrifice. I just willed it to happen, and it did. Dr. Dekker told me it was possible, but only if you're not buried. He says once you're in the ground, there's no coming back. But until then, you have a chance at resurrection. Yes, resurrection. But now that I've seen the results, I don't think there's anything holy about it. I think reanimation is more an accurate term. Like, I'm an evil necromancer raising things from the dead. I think his brain was already decaying during the week that he was dead. Important bits. So when I brought him back to life, I didn't heal him completely. Just gave him life in the state he was in. I mean, he's hunting and killing things and trying to roast them on fires he can only light with matches, but that's about it. He's your basic Neanderthal. So I have a problem. I'm being charged with murder because the police don't know he's still alive, and I can't get David to vouch for me for obvious reasons. I think it would raise quite a few more questions than answers, which is why I'm hoping that you would be able to help me. Considering the circumstances, I'd be grateful if you could see your way to declaring me temporarily insane at the time of the murder, to lessen my sentence. Because I'm not a killer, but I can't prove otherwise. You don't still think I'm a killer, do you, Doctor? Thank you, Doctor.
She's totally a killer,
So then
though.
you'll help me. You'll say I was temporarily insane. I'm going to pretend that I didn't hear that. Let's have a few more sessions before you seal our fates. Or is it that you want something else? Like Dr. Dekker did? Dr. Dekker teased me mercilessly about my alleged ability. He didn't believe I'd reanimated David. Once he presented me with a dead mouse and commanded me to give it life again. I didn't, of course. It's not something I'd throw around lightly. He changed his mind about me eventually. And then he mentioned the girl. He told me he'd locked up a girl in the basement of his house, just for me, and he asked me to reanimate her. It was Iris. I said I couldn't reanimate something that wasn't dead, and he said that wouldn't be a problem. So I agreed. I just played along. I was hoping it wasn't real. I assumed it wasn't real. But he was offering me what I wanted. a temporary insanity diagnosis. It didn't happen. Dr. Dekker called me from his house to cancel. He was furious. He said that Iris had escaped and he blamed me for it. He said that I must have set her free after he told me about her. I knew it was all lies anyways. He was obviously titillating himself by reprimanding me. He knew I'd never want to speak to Iris again, so I couldn't prove it either way. Dr. Dekker asked if I could prove David wasn't dead, so I took him to the lake house. He saw that I was telling the truth. I can take you to see him too, if you like. Would you like to see David, Doctor? Very well. In our next session. You tell me. What could possibly explain that? I assure you, David is not a ghost. I've touched him. If David doesn't exist, then that means that I really did kill him. He really is buried, and I really should be going to prison for a very long time. That just doesn't seem right to me. It's more probable that I reanimated him under Dr. Dekker's guidance. Since I brought him back, I felt that there was something different about him, something not quite right. I think it's his brain. But how ludicrous that you can bring someone back in the first place. It's like that book, Pet Cemetery. Funnily enough, he does smell of earth, but that's because he spends most of his time out hunting. How astute, Doctor. Yes, I did say I hadn't seen Dr. Dekker outside of our sessions. That wasn't a lie. Our trip to the lake house was made during a session. I didn't speak to her this time. Something about her made me feel uneasy. I just watched her from the bedroom window. She'd caught a fish. She was holding it in her hands. I wasn't close enough to see, but for all intents and purposes, it looked as if the fish bit her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. It's a messy business, stabbing someone. You'd imagine that it would be like slicing into a pie with all the filling just slowly oozing out, but it's so much more dramatic, like popping a cork of a bottle of champagne. Blood sprayed everywhere. I have a picture of him I took after he came back. I'll bring it in next session.
Hello, Doctor. I've been thinking about our last session, and I just wanted you to know that I'm not a bad person. I know taking naked photographs is wrong, but you don't know what it's like until you face the same temptation. I'm assuming you don't know what it's like. Do you have an extra hour, Doctor? You're playing games with me, Doctor. I was going to tell you what I know about the murder weapon, but now, well, now you just have to go without. Dr. Dekker frequently used that paper spike on his desk as an example. I'm sure he did it with the other patients too. He'd make me look at it, touch the point to see how sharp it was. He'd tell me that because I think it's sharp, it will hurt me. But if I thought it was nothing, it could pass right through my hand. I'm actually a classically trained pallbearer. There are a lot of health and safety considerations. Not everybody can do it. Well, properly at least. Occasionally I step in if the funeral director is short-shouldered. I do remember her face. She wasn't upset in the usual way. She seemed agitated. Her husband must have been a giant. The coffin was so heavy. I remember because aft port side sprained his ankle. That and he wasn't lifting correctly. I spied on Dr. Dekker not long before he was murdered. I'm not sure I should tell you what I saw in his basement. I don't know who it is. My initial thought was that it was you. That I told you about my affliction and somehow you'd got it too. Now I think maybe it's the military or some organization that wants to use the hour themselves. Maybe it's Dr. Dekker risen from the dead. I need to talk to you about him.
Huh. I will in a second.
I burned Hannah's rocking chair. The day moved forward. It was a good choice. I'm not sure I've got much left of hers now. I've burnt most of it, or given it away, just to make the days move forward. There was a moment when I was attacking a Salvation Army bin. I gave in. I didn't notice Dr. Dekker had a paper spike. I haven't really seen more than a foot in front of me since Hannah died. I accidentally put Hannah's diary into a Salvation Army donation bin. They're like huge post boxes with a circular tray that makes sure things spill to the bottom. I tried to get in to get it back, but I gave up. Can we maybe not talk about Hannah anymore? And thanks for the dating advice, by the way. I've told you all I know about Dr. Dekker. He started out good, then turned a bit crazy towards the end. When you start giving people more problems as a therapist, that's a bit crazy. I started out with depression. Now I seem to repeat days. Even if you don't believe the repeat days, then I clearly have extra mental health problems that he's given me. I think that he possibly cursed other people, a bit like he cursed me. Sometimes you could see he was bursting to tell me about it, but he couldn't. He was ecstatic with power. You told me not to look for anyone else until I was ready, so I didn't. I've just been sitting at home, reading Hannah's diary, stewing. I ordered a pizza. A nice girl delivered it. I read the last few weeks of Hannah's diary a while ago. I must have accidentally dropped in some clothes for the Salvation Army bin. It's funny, because I wasn't going to read it. She said she'd fallen out of love with me. That she was going to break off the engagement. That she didn't love me anymore. I regretted it. I regretted that I mourned for Hannah so long. I regret the grief. I regret all the days I slept through because of it. Had I known she didn't love me anymore, things would have been different. I'm a bit angry now. If I had that day over again, I may just still pull out in front of the driver. Ah, the curse. Well remembered. I was hoping he'd forget. It's going to sound crazy. Dr. Dekker said I would never be able to move forward until I came to terms with my grief. And so from this point on, I start to relive the same day over and over again until I made something of it. I believed him. I didn't want to believe him. I remember I said, you can't just say things and they happen. He laughed and laughed. I think he was going mad. He said he'd give me a demonstration. He held his hand outstretched and told me to look at the flame. There was no flame, and then there was. He was holding a flame in his hand that had come out of nowhere. And he tried to hypnotize me to make me forget it. I didn't forget seeing the flame. He wanted me to forget it all, but I didn't. Whatever reason, he couldn't undo what he'd done. I was scared. I pretended like the hypnosis had worked. I was scared what Dr. Dekker would do to me if he found out I still knew. So I had to play along, keep coming to the sessions, pretend I hadn't seen what he'd done. It was awful, because I was suffering through the same days over and over again, but I couldn't talk to him about it, because he'd know. He'd become bored of me, so I got much of my insight from calls or messages he'd take during our sessions. I think because he hypnotized me, he didn't want to play with me anymore, so I got basic therapist. He told me lots of people get depression, to become more active, see more people. And although he wouldn't always be there to listen, Jaya would be. Yeah, I talked to her quite a lot. I'm not sure how many days of that she'd remember. She seemed to care, which is more I can say for Dekker. Yeah, I talked to her quite a lot. I'm not sure how many days of that she'd remember. She seemed to care, which is more I can say for Dekker.
Okay.
I've told you all I know about Dr. Dekker. He started out good, then turned a bit crazy.
Okay.
I didn't kill Dr. Dekker. I wanted to be as far away from him as possible. I don't know who did. It took a week of days to get that pizza girl to smile. And you know what did it? A tip, as much as the pizza cost. So money does make you happy. asked me that already? No. Wait, maybe that was yesterday. I don't know, anyway.
Okay.
I'm okay. Thanks for asking. It's rent day, and I always feel a little blue on rent day. Rent day is the day I pay rent to my landlady. Dr. Dekker used to put my checks on that thing. I guess someone thought they weren't getting value for money. I actually don't have a lot of money. Sometimes a therapy check would bounce, but Dr. Dekker would be okay with it. Oh, my checks are fine though, don't worry. I'm not broke. Men buy me drinks at bars though. Sometimes I'll get away with not paying at restaurants. Isn't that how it is for everybody? I mainly like drive-thrus. I don't like crowds, and I find it difficult to stay in the same place for too long. I guess I'm a fidget. Crowds at nightclubs and bars are different. The lights are dim. You can slink around without attracting too much attention. Sometimes I'll kiss a guy in a club, and then he just follows me wherever I go. It's creepy. I don't want everyone seeing that. They follow me wherever I go. Anywhere. Where do you think they follow me, Doctor? It depends where they follow me. If they follow me home, they bang on the door for an hour or so, then leave. Other places, they just disappear. I don't see them again. Well, they don't just disappear into thin air. I think they return to the place I found them. But I've not run into the same person twice. I've had no blackouts, and I haven't been to the beach since our last session. But I think I will today. Do you want to come with me to the beach? Doctor, I think you're getting a little anxious. If you ever wanted to visit the beach, you can just turn up. It's not mine. You've got a good memory, Doctor. Let's talk dreams. Sometimes I'll dream about a light, deep in the ocean somewhere. I head towards it because it's warm and glowing, like a beacon. And when I'm at the bottom, it's the most beautiful thing, like a welcoming sun, like I'm home. And then I wake up. It's so beautiful. It calls me. It's like I'm in a trance. What does the dream mean, Doctor?
The Flint Street ones? Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about, man.
You think I'm lying? Wow. That's gonna help with our trust issues. Yes. They follow me home. They're silent. It's like a trance. There was one guy, a real gym body. I let him into the bedroom, but nothing. Nothing I did would stop him just staring at me. It was creepy. I got him to follow me outside, and then I just shut the door. It's just good manners to accept when someone offers to buy you a drink. I'm a very good-natured girl. Don't you think I'm sweet, Doctor? I think you're falling for me, Doctor. Don't let that get in the way of helping me. Are we still talking about him? And I thought you were just interested in me, Doctor. Dr. Dekker suggested home visits. I think he was probably checking up on his investment. You're not thinking of doing home visits, are you, Doctor? I can't afford any more sessions, so it sounds like you'll be paying. That's a date, isn't it, Doctor? I'm not sure that's appropriate. I'm not a siren. It's just how some guys are. I tried it with a woman, too.
She's a siren.
She followed me. If a lot of people are watching, then it doesn't work. No, not shopping. You're not getting it.
Oh, I fucking spelled it wrong.
I don't want people to follow me. I'm not trying to get them to do anything. Aren't we all your investments, Doctor? All the time, all the energy you've invested in us? Seeing how we're doing, making sure we're growing correctly? Why would you tell me that? You like watching me squirm, don't you, Doctor? I pay my rent to a landlady. I don't own my own place. I'm just passing through. If I kiss somebody and a lot of people are watching, they don't follow me. Too embarrassed, I guess. Real smooth, Doctor. Interesting that you should say that. Dr. Dekker said the same thing. And he's dead now. Siren, mermaid. Do you think I could really be one?
Yes.
He called it aversion therapy. Whenever I felt the urge to go to the sea, he would do something unpleasant. I never stay in one town very long. I get bored too easily. Once you've seen the same faces over and over again, you move. Like I said before, I like to move around a lot. They're in some kind of trance, like zombies. But I don't know what they want. I can be outgoing. It just depends on what mood you catch me in. don't know what you'd call it, but it was unpleasant for me. I've got a short attention span. The malaise of our generation, I expect. What are you bored by, Doctor? I don't talk to them, they don't talk to me. You should get out more, Doctor. Looking at me all day should be fun, but if you're bored, perhaps we should spend some time apart.
I'm okay, I suppose. Work's fine. Hilda's fading fast. Terry's Terry. I feel a bit sad, to be honest. I gave all my keepsakes back. It's true then. I'd heard Dr. Dekker was stabbed, but I didn't know for sure. It's weird that whoever did it would choose the paper spike. Dr. Dekker used to play with it in our sessions sometimes. You know, pick it up, handle it while we talked. I remember once, he pushed the spike through his skin. At this bit here, between his thumb and his finger. He said he didn't think I'd mind the sight of blood, being a nurse and all that, but actually, there wasn't any. Hilda's nearing the end. She's been sleeping a lot, not eating much. She hasn't been that argumentative either. Although, she did give me a vicious scratch yesterday. It was nothing. I was just trying to give her meds. It's hard, you know? I'm trying to help her, but she keeps fighting me. It'll be better after she's seen her daughter. I've decided I'm going to do it tonight. She hasn't got much time left. Well, I've thought about it, and well, I know you said it was okay, that I should keep them, but maybe it did look a bit suspicious, me having things that have belonged to patients who died in my care. I don't want people to get the wrong idea about me. The locket, the watch, the ring, even the little bird Sarah Dekker gave me. I wasn't supposed to mention her. Terry seems to have backed down since I gave the keepsakes back. Actually, it doesn't seem like she's been very well. Not her usual self. Maybe she's got a bug or something. Dr. Dekker's mother. She was one of my first patients, but she died a while ago. I know it's silly, but those things meant a lot to me. They were reminders that I'd helped those people. I was a bit freaked out. At first, I thought it was a trick, a magic trick, you know? Like some kind of therapeutic test. Show the patient this retractable spike and see how they react. But it wasn't. The spike was real. Dr. Dekker gave me the paper spike to try. It wasn't fake. It was pretty sharp, actually. I don't know how he did it. He said he just thought that it wouldn't hurt him, so it didn't. You know the answer to that, Doctor. What have we been talking about? What can I do for Hilda that will make it all better? Seriously? No, that isn't what I meant. That's the plan. I know, it sounds unbelievable, like I'm making it up. I wish I could prove it to you somehow. We could try shifting now. Think of someone you really love. It might help if you close your eyes. Are you thinking of them? Can you picture them? Okay, hold on. Sorry, I don't think it's gonna work. On the bright side, that probably means you're not gonna die anytime soon. It's tricky. I mean, I'll sound exactly like Hilda's daughter, but I try and keep it vague because I don't become her. I don't know what she would really say. I say things like, it's okay, don't be scared, I love you, Mum, or I love you, Dad. But it doesn't really matter what their relationship's like because it's not really them. I always do the Disney version. The best, most loving version. That's what my patients want to hear. And maybe deep down they know it's not the truth, but it's got to be better than the reality. Does it really matter if it isn't the truth? Isn't it worth it if it brings them peace? Tell me honestly, Doctor, do you really think that what I'm doing is wrong? Good, because I really feel this is something I have to do. As far as I know, it only works on people who are close to death. That's the whole point of it. I have to hold their hand, and they have to think of the person, and they have to be near death. And those seem to be the 3 criteria. It just makes things complicated, doesn't it? I knew Dr. Dekker's mother before I started seeing Dr. Dekker. She's dead, and now he's dead. I'm sure you're going to have a field day with it. Yeah, that's the reason I came to see him. I knew she was dying, but he refused to talk to me unless I booked a session, so I did. And well, here we are. I told Dr. Dekker that his mum was dying, that he should see her before it's too late. But he wasn't interested. It wasn't like he hated her. It was just like, it wasn't important. He asked me to take care of it for him. He did send his assistant along to see her once. Sorry, your assistant. It was about the 2nd, 3rd session we had. He said he could tell that I was a good person, that I wanted to help people, and that I should think really hard about how I could do that. That's how I discovered shifting. All Dr. Dekker did was encourage me to think. But the shifting, that's all me. And my mum's a psychic, and my sister's an empath, but I was just ordinary. I always felt like I wasn't special, like I was missing out. But I wasn't. I just hadn't discovered what I could do yet. Sarah Dekker was one of the first ones I tried shifting for. I didn't really know what I was doing that first time. I mean, I didn't actually expect anything to happen. I just thought, what would really help this woman? I thought maybe she would just imagine that he was there. But it actually happened. I changed into him, Dr. Dekker. It blew my mind. My mum's got these spirit guides and they tell her things. Mostly about my love life, it would seem. To tell you the truth, I don't really know what an empath is. I should probably Google it sometime.
Alright. I think I am done for a moment. I need to take a little break. I might be back in a little bit. I don't know. But I will catch you guys later.